we're going to do a class that's a little bit different. So we're going to have two focuses, okay? So first, the physical focus is the neck and the upper back to release tension. Emotional and mental is to release anxiety. And we're going to reduce vayu, which is the air element. So when we're anxious, we have a lot of vayu in our system, so too much air. And this mudra, very easy to hold. You bring your air finger, your first finger, down to the fleshy part of the thumb, and then you press the thumb over the top knuckle. So it's quite a strong mudra, and that reduces anxiety. It's very effective. It's also fabulous to calm an overcharged nervous system. It softens overactive endocrine glands. So an example of an endocrine gland would be the adrenal glands. There's several: head, throat, thymus, adrenal glands, and the sex glands. So it calms that down. It rehydrates skin and cartilage, and it acts as a painkiller. And it's a very effective painkiller. So any type of pain, if you hold your hand like this, it can be very effective. So both hands like that. Yeah. However, if you are in a lot of pain, go to the doctor as well. Okay. I always have to say things like that. Okay. So let's make a start. So we're going to start sitting. So choose a comfortable sitting position for you. So I'm going to start sitting back like this because we're actually going to do lots of work around the neck and the head to start with. So we're going to bring our hands into the mudra. So remember, we're trying to bring our thumb to that knuckle that's nearest the actual full knuckle range. So the middle knuckle. Okay, so it's quite strong. Good, now close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Good, now slow, long, extended exhalation. Simply releasing the breath slowly, pressing quite hard down onto the finger knuckle. Good, now continue with that attention on the breath and keeping the hands in Vayu Mudra, but let the hands come down to the side of the body. So you're drawing the shoulders away from the ears. So we're creating space in the cervical spine. Good, now imagine that there's a string attached to the top of your head and it's being pulled up. And at the same time, there's heavy weights in the arms which are being pulled down. So we've got this lengthening of the neck, ears moving away from the shoulders. So I want you to just pay attention to how that feels, because I want you to create this space in the neck throughout class. Now keeping that length through the neck, gently turn your head to one side. Just rotating as far as you can. And we're going to hold. Now being aware of keeping the space between the ears and the shoulders. And the arms are heavy, still in the mudra. Good, now carefully keeping that space, rotate the head the other way. Awareness of the thread pulling the head up and the weights drawing the arms down. Good. Rotate back to center. Now bring the hands up so the elbows are in line with the shoulders. And imagine you've got a piece of string attached to your fingers. And as you move the string, the head's going to follow. We're going to do 10 movements to one side and then we'll switch. So when you're ready. So inhaling. Exhaling. So just moving the head sideways, jaw relaxed. Good. Now switch sides. So you're keeping our face forwards. We're just allowing the head to move with the hand. So there's actually a specific name for this movement. And I had to write it down. It made me laugh, but this is the movement. So we're releasing nerve pain that you can get in the neck and the arm. It's called radiculopathy, the movement. So no more than 10 a day to start with if you've got neck pain. Good. Now we're just going to release the mudra for a little bit and bring the thumbs to the back of the shoulders. Inhale, draw a big circle. Exhale with a sigh. Free up the jaw. Inhale. Good. Now release the hands. Going to bring the left hand into the mudra and drop the arm down as far as you can towards the floor. So you're pulling the shoulder blade down almost. And then we're going to bring the opposite hand up and over. And we're gently drawing the head. So this affects the trapezius muscle, which can, when it's inflamed, it can throw the arms and neck out. So just relaxing the jaw. Letting that long exhalation not only reduce the tension in the neck, but also reduce the anxiety with the use of the mudra. Checking that there's space between the teeth, so we're not got the jaw clamped. The left arm is heavy, moving down towards the floor. Good. Now, as you bring the head back, imagine that string lifting the head up so there's space between the vertebrae. Good. Now, bring the other hand into the mudra. Relax the mudra on the left hand so the right arm is long, touching the floor perhaps. Bring the other arm up very slowly. So these movements in the neck need to be slow, carefully. So noticing which side of the neck area is tighter, which upper arm area is tighter, the top of the shoulders. Good. Feel the heaviness of the right arm as it drops to the earth. Relaxing the jaw. Good. Now very carefully release, lengthen the head, feel it lifting up. Good. Both hands back into the mudra. Let's turn the head again. See if you can noticeably turn it a little bit further. The shoulder blades drawing down the back. Keep them away from the ears. Good. Back to center. And again, release the hands. Now we're going to do a movement that articulates the jaw. So we're going to draw the chin in and back, not down towards the chest. So it actually, when you do it, it actually makes you get a double chin. So I'll start with just the finger. And if you bring your other hand to the back of the head, you can feel the head moving back slightly. And keep the head lifting up, so gently encourage the back of the head up. So everybody should have lots of chins. Good, release. Now I'll use the other hands. This time we're going to use the heel of the hand so that the jaw relaxes and it pushes back the mandible joint. So press onto the, I'll show you from the side. Very carefully. Okay, so we're not bringing the head down, but the chin is moving back slightly and slightly down. And gently pull the neck up. Lovely, release. Now again, turn the head. Notice there's probably a little bit more movement now. Good, now bring both hands up. Cross one over the other. I don't mind which way first. Either just bringing the hands back to back or palms together. So we're stretching the trapezius muscle now at the back of the body, the large muscle. And again, feel the chin drawing back and the head up. So we're still doing that movement, but we're doing it just on our own without touching the face. So as you work with the arms, you probably feel there's some tension here around the shoulder blades. Maybe a bit of tenderness there. Now see if you can draw the shoulders a bit further away from the ears. Lovely. Just open out. Push the heels of the hands away. Good, now wrap the other way over. Again, manipulate the jawline, and the head is coming up and the jaw is coming back and relaxed. Open the arms again. Push the heels of the hands away. Lovely, and release. So really feel that movement at the back of the neck and the jaw as we move through the posture work. So I'm going to come down briefly to the floor. And I want you to manipulate the head into place. So hold the back of the head, lengthen the neck, place it carefully down and then gently push the jaw. So you can feel the length in the spine. And then draw the shoulder blades down the back. So just gently lift one arm as if you're trying to bring the shoulder blades down the back. And then do the other. And then both together. Good. Now reposition the lower spine. Good. Now hands flat to the floor. And we're very slowly going to peel up into bridge pose. And we're going to do that on an exhale. So take a deep breath in. Now slowly peeling from the tailbone up, pushing down through the feet. Okay, now keeping the length in the neck. I want you to carefully roll onto the left upper arm so that the right arm comes off the floor. And I want you to draw the arm under. Actually pop your hand at the bottom of your buttocks so that movement draws the shoulder blades down and it keeps the space. Release. And then roll onto the right upper arm. Take hold of your bum and draw the left arm under. So we're creating this length in the muscles that surround the neck and the upper back. Good. Now just staying with this. If this feels enough for you, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Come on to the tiptoes. Bring the thumbs to the lower back. And then walk the shoulders further away. So there's more space in the neck. And then relax the heels. Breathe to the belly. Allowing the exhalation to dissolve any tension around the neck and the shoulders. Feel the tummy lifting to the sky as you inhale and actively drawing the navel towards the spine as you exhale to massage the solar plexus. Good. Now release the hands but keep the body extended. And we're going to take the right arm over. Now stretch into the right hand and down into the left so you have that diagonal movement through the shoulder blades. And then switch. So you might find that one shoulder blade is actually sticking out more than the other, and that will be an imbalance in the muscles of the trapezius and around that area. Good, now bring both overhead. Good, now reach into the fingertips as if you're trying to push them into the ground behind you. And as you exhale very slowly, let the spine roll down, as if you can place one vertebrae at a time. So as you move towards the shoulder blades, you can feel the tension right between the shoulder blades. And then the tailbone scoops away. Allow the lower back to connect to the floor. Still reaching into the fingers. Take a deep breath in, stretch a bit more. And exhale, bring the hands back. Good. Now take your feet as wide as you can on the mat, keeping the knees bent. We're going to do the ringer movement, which is from the somatics. Bring both hands back into the mudra, the Vayu mudra. So just that, the thumb on the knuckles, arms out. Start with the left palm down and the right palm up. So we're going to rotate the arms as far round as we can in opposite directions. And the head and the knees start to twist as well. Inhaling to center, head and knees. Exhaling the other way. So really working with that rotation in the arms. So you should be able to feel how one shoulder blade is lifting whilst the other is pressing down. So we've got an opposite energy on the muscles of the upper back and the neck. Good, back to center and release. Let's bring the knees back towards us. Circle the knees in opposite directions. So just use the movement to warm the hamstrings. Hands down at the side, keep them in the mudra. Inhale, extend the arms over. Draw the toes back. Keep the chin drawing in so you can feel the back of the head pressing to the floor. Exhale. Hands down, heels to the hamstrings. Keep going. Be aware of that movement in the neck, keeping it long. So there's lots of vertebrae in the neck. Very tiny, very close together. And it can get very congested, especially when we get tension in our neck muscles and our shoulder muscles. And one more. Good. Now keeping hold of the shins. Let's rock from side to side. Let the head come in the same direction as the knees. Lovely. And then roll to one side and let's come back up and round into cat. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees directly under the hips. So we're going to do a very strong exhale to stimulate the solar plexus, which reduces anxiety. Breathing in, so keeping the neck neutral here. And then exhale. And then inhale. So almost pausing at the end of the exhale. Exhale. Just using the exhalation to release the tension that accumulates in our navel area. So it's just above the navel, slightly below the breastbone. So when we feel anxious, we start to get a knot in this area. Lovely, and release. So let's do a little bit more work on the upper body. So bring the left arm down. Look where you're placing it. So it should be directly under the shoulder, forearm along the floor, right hand forwards. And draw the body back. Head relaxed. Be aware of the length in the back of the neck. And checking that it's neutral so that your nose is in line with the belly button. So you're in the midline. Good, and release. Now bring the right elbow directly under the shoulder, forearm parallel, left hand forwards. And pull yourself back and slightly up in the bottom area. Head relaxing on the forearm. Be aware of the length through the whole of the spine as the tailbone tilts upwards towards the sky. Good, and release. Now take the hands a little bit wider and a bit further forwards than you would normally do in cat. And we're just going to flex the thoracic spine. So remember, that's this bit here, right in the center. Okay, so take a breath in and exhale lower. Inhale. Exhale. Good, last one. Good, now walk your hands directly under the shoulders, tucking the toes. Exhaling into down dog. Bending the knees slightly, now push into the hands. Let the head relax. I want you to just gently circle the head as if you've got a pencil on the top of your head and you're drawing a circle on the mat. So we're allowing gravity to bring the weight of the head down, and we're using our muscle strength to lift the spine up, creating space in the cervical vertebrae. Change directions. Good, now bring the head into neutral. Inhale, lift on to the tiptoes. Exhale, sink just one heel. Be really aware of what happens in the shoulders, the shoulder blades and the neck as you do this movement with the legs. Good, and from here, let's walk our hands towards our feet. Keep the neck neutral, look through the legs. Inhale, slowly roll up. Exhale down through the midline. Lovely. Okay, so we're finally up. Bring the hands back into the mudra. And we're going to bring the left hand behind our back and just hook it in so that the fingers hook onto the hand. And then we're going to draw the head over. Relax the shoulders, feel them gliding down the back. Jaw relaxed. Good. Now carefully as you bring the head up, lengthen the head as if someone's lifting the head up for you. The space between the ears. Switch the grip over. Bring these two fingers to the arm and the other way. Good. Carefully lift the head. Good. Now bring both hands to connect. Rotate the head. Good. Now release the hands but keep them in the mudra. So thinking about those movements we've been doing. I'm going to step forwards on the right leg into warrior one. So quite a long stance. Bend the front knee. If it's coming over the ankle, you perhaps need to do a longer stance. Good. Now we're going to draw the hands down using that same mudra. Good. Now think about the jawline dropping slightly. And we're drawing the mandible bone back to release the tension that we accumulate in the jaw that then travels down the neck into our shoulders and eventually all the way down our body. So bringing the thumb to the knuckle of the first finger. Good, let's rotate the head to the right, nice and slowly. Good, now to the center. Keep the arms dropping down as if you've got heavy weights in the arms and that the head is very light. It's being lifted upwards. Good, now we're going to take the left hand and let those last three fingers hook onto the thigh. Right hand, drop it down towards the bottom, keeping the neck really long at the back, as if you're pushing the head into something, and the shoulders down. So using this left hand to draw the shoulder blades down. Bring the back heel off the floor and slowly rotate the thoracic spine. So you're affecting the trapezius muscle as well. Very careful with the neck. Use the left hand to keep the left shoulder down. Good, now maybe turn the gaze behind you, which will challenge your balance, so be careful. Keeping the jaw drawing backwards, the back of the neck long, and maybe bring the arm out. Good, lower the right hand if you've raised it. Slowly return the gaze and the back heel. So again, pay attention to the arms. So we're creating space, lengthen. Okay, now from here, we're going to lengthen the stance if that's available for you. Bring the back heel off the floor again, now lengthen. as if your head is the very tip of an arrow and the hands are the winged parts that come out. Push the heel away. Good, now push the back of the head up towards the sky and draw the fingertips away from you. Good, now left hand down, carefully place it down. Notice what happens to this area between the shoulder and the ear. You might find you need to stay on the fingertips to create the space. Right hand into the bottom. Start to roll the right shoulder back and down. Keep the gaze to the floor. Chin is drawing in and back. Good, now only if this feels fine for your neck, rotate, keeping the jaw relaxed, and then maybe extend the arm up. So you might find you get to there and it feels too much. Take the gaze forwards. Good, release. Let's step back into plank. Now again, think about the neck. Sometimes we just collapse into the shoulders here. Push, even draw the shoulder blades up slightly so there's a slight curve in the upper back. Good, now let's drop the knees here and take the weight out of the arms. Slowly lower. Good, now hands back into the mudra. First finger, thumb to the knuckle. And again, the top of the head is the arrowhead, the point of the arrow. And the hands are the bits that go out, the fin area. And really draw the hands away. Let the head move towards the front of the room. Good, now we're going to lift, strengthening and lowering. So sometimes when we have problems in the upper back, arms and neck, it's a combination of compression, overuse and weakness in the back muscles. Good, now relax the mudra, hands underneath the shoulders, push up and back into swan. Good, back into cat. Let's do another 6 breaths with that very strong exhale. So we're drawing the navel almost up into the breastbone area. Breathing in. So keep the neck relatively neutral. Exhale, draw the navel in and up. Good, make this one the last one. Good, tuck the toes back into down dog. Keep the space in the neck. Hands walk towards the feet again. Head relaxed, looking through the legs, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale. Lovely. So it's so slow, it's almost we're meditating on our neck. Okay, so let's bring the left leg forwards. We'll do the same sequence now. So relatively wide, quite long, depending on where you are with your hamstrings. Left hand and right hand both in the mudra. Now again, lengthen. The arms are heavy like lead weights. The head's lifting to the sky. Feel the shoulder blades gliding down. Good, and again, let's rotate the head, turn to the right, keeping the jaw relaxed and the back of the head nice and long. Carefully bring yourself back to center, keeping the integrity of the neck. Good, back to center. Now we're going to rotate left. Use the last 3 fingers to draw the arm down and secure the shoulder blade. Left hand towards the bottom. Come up onto the back toes. Now rotate slowly. Take your time. Let the shoulders move away from the ears. Maybe turn the head. So just listen to what your neck is able to do. If you've got inflamed shoulders, it may not be able to rotate this far. And then maybe taking the left arm up and back, using this right arm to keep the shoulder blades drawing down away from the ears. Good, now focus on the breath. Use that long exhalation to reduce the air element in the body. So we're lowering our levels of anxiety. Good, now again, lower the hand first if you've raised it. And if you rotated the head, slowly bring the head back. Very slowly rotate the whole of the body. And then bring the back foot back down. Hands come behind us now, again, drawing away, lengthening the back of the head, jaw coming in like we did with the press of the finger and the heel of the hand. Now, rotate on to the toes again, lengthen. So we're creating space in the neck vertebrae to allow the nerves to move freely down the arms. We're strengthening the trapezius muscle so we can keep our body upright and not collapse into the neck. Good, now right hand comes down. Perhaps stay on the fingertips so we're not collapsing into the shoulder space. Left hand into the bottom to start with. Now rotate the left shoulder. Keep the gaze to the floor to start with. Good, now notice how does that feel in the neck. One side maybe a little bit more inflamed than the other. Maybe extend the arm. And remember to keep the back of the neck long. Rotate the gaze. Good, slowly release, slowly, slowly. Step back into plank, push into the hands, draw the shoulders up slightly so you're moving them up towards the ceiling, and then drop the knees. Slowly roll down. Hands back into the mudra. Bring them down to the side of the body. Chin gently in. and lift. Place the hands under the shoulders, push up, back into swan. Up into cat again. Another 6 solar plexus breaths. Take a deep breath in. Long exhalation, draw the navel in. Last one. Good, now push back. Extend the arms again. As far as you can forwards, forehead to the floor. Good, come back up. Cross the legs. Or legs straight, whichever's easier for you. So we're just going to finish with a rotation. And I want you to, again, keep this area down, this area up. Bring the right hand behind you and the left hand to the side of the leg. Draw the shoulders away, lengthen the neck. Exhale and rotate to the right. And then slowly take the gaze round. Good, carefully release. Again, keeping the length through the spine. Left hand behind you. Right hand to the side of the left leg. Shoulders down the back. Crown of the head lifting to the sky. Rotate to the left. Lovely, and release. Almost there. Hands behind you now, come right onto the fingertips. So you can also do it like this if you're not working with the legs crossed. Draw the shoulders back. Feel how it lifts the heart space. And then get that movement again at the chin. In, back of the neck long. Close your eyes and just breathe into the chest. Good, now keep the neck long, keep the neck long. Slowly take the neck a little bit further back. So if you've got problems in the neck, take it a tiny amount, maybe a centimetre at maximum, and then lift back up again. So we're strengthening the muscles at the back of the neck. But we're not allowing the neck to collapse all the way back, which is when the nerves get pinched in the neck, and then we get problems down the arms, numbness in the fingers, pain in the upper arm. Good, now keep it nice and strong. Lovely. Now bringing yourself all the way back up. And last time, let's turn our head from side to side to keep the shoulders away. Bring the hands into the mudra. Feel the space now between your lobes and your shoulders. Rotate. And the other way. Good. Back to center. Hands back to the shoulders. Let's do one more sighing breath. Inhale. Good. Back into the mudra. Spine straight. And just take a moment with the eyes closed to be aware of how the neck is feeling, the muscles around the neck and the top of the arm, around the shoulder blades. We're going to finish with bee breathing. So we're not going to use the hands on the ears. We're just going to keep the hands in this mudra. Bee breathing naturally extends the exhalation and it vibrates the nervous system. So eyes closed. And it's a very soft sound. So next time you see a bee outside, listen to the sound it makes. It's actually very, very gentle. And one more breath. Just being aware of the softness around the throat and the neck. Letting go of tension. And that ability to create some space. the hands release completely. And bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale down through the midline. Feel the space between the shoulders and the ears. And namaste.